Hey guys, Valeros here from the Ark Trade Federation. I have a gacha video for you today. Earlier today I released a video on how to tame a gacha. Now I'm going to go over the use of a gacha. Early game, these dinos are very useful, and for specific resources, even for an in-game player, they are a must-have. For items such as black pearls, element dust, silica pearls, oil. You can get so many things from these dinos. They are so useful. In my opinion, one of the most useful dinos in the entire game. I would rank them in the top 5. Probably say before Gen 2 came out. Honestly, I'd probably say these are top 2 dino. As far as resource dino, before Gen 2 came out, I would say these were the #1 resource dino in the game, just for their utility. The only thing that would beat them would be the Strider as far as farming goes. Not having to go to the bottom of the ocean to get black pearls is freaking amazing. You can get Orc Poly from these. You can get Obsidian from these guys. These guys can be used for AFK farms. We've already posted 2 up that include gachas for a AFK Silica Pearl farm and a AFK Akatina paste farm. They work fantastic for those 2. I'll put a link to those 2 videos in the description. These guys can get, I think I said obsidian already. This one can, it's very rare resources, or it's a rare resources metal. So we have obsidian, metal, black pearls, said that already, orc poly, said that already, sap, and red sap, which is like the red crystals on Aberration. These guys can also have 2 uncommon resources. This one's uncommon resources are silica pearls and oil, and they will have 3 common resources. I'll put a list of that up now. As far as those resources go, whenever you breed them, the resources that the parents have are not passed down to the children. They are completely random. The only way to get this gacha's resources on another gacha is to clone them. Obviously the lower level that you clone them, the cheaper it's going to be. And another important stat on your gacha is crafting skill. The higher the crafting skill, the better the loot quality you can get from the crystals. The primitive, ramshackle, and apprentice crystals. Apprentice crystals. The word's hard. Will give higher quality loot the higher your crafting skill is. So just a couple tidbits there for you. This gacha does not have any buffs or debuffs. If a gacha has a debuff, it will not pick up anything. And if it has a buff that is given to it by owl pellets, which I will show you here in a second, it will double the resources that the gacha will give you. So if you have a gacha within 12 ceilings of another gacha, it will get a debuff. I'll show you that in a second. So you want to make sure you keep these like 12, 14 ceilings apart. I'll show you the debuff. You want to make sure they don't have the debuff before you start farming with these guys. But this right here, see all those colorful little dots floating around it? That is the buff that the gachas get from the owl pellets. This gacha right here has owl pellets in its inventory, so does this one over here. You don't have to have high level snow owls next to it. You can go out and tame a level 20 and just clone the crap out of that sucker. If you're going to use these guys a lot, I would recommend having 4 to 8 snow owls per gacha, but if you're not going to use them but maybe once or twice a day, you could probably get away with having 2 to 4. I just threw these snow owls out here for this video because the resources that these gachas drop, we have a decent stockpile of them right now, so I haven't had to get any gachas out to do any resource farming with them. I will be throwing up a video later of gacha towers to make AFK gacha tower farms where all the resources come down to you. But anyways, let's go back to this video. So these gachas also have the buff. I'm going to throw this gacha out. See the little black, looks like black snow, or I guess you could call it ash, like you'd see from clouds around a volcano erupted, coming down on this gacha. And these gachas had a buff earlier. These gachas will still pick up resources, but if I was to give this gacha resources, he would shake his head at me and not pick anything up. So we're going to go ahead and pod this guy back up. We're going to need him in a second, because I'm going to show you the resources that you can get from these guys and how it is doubled with owl pellets. So let me go get the resources real quick. Let me go get some stone real quick. Run over here to my crafting room. Be careful when you're giving these gachas stuff. If you accidentally feed them, like let's say you have a top stat giga that you just raised, and you feed it to your gacha, and your gacha decides to eat right away, there's a really good chance, if it doesn't have anything else in its inventory, that your gacha is going to eat your top stat giga. So be very careful when you're feeding your gachas. Do not feed them stuff that you do not want them to eat. I think the only thing the gacha will not eat is poop. Like dino poop. They'll eat owl pellets just to give them a buff. Otherwise, they'll stay in the inventory, and they'll only consume an owl pellet when they eat something like stone. But yeah, so be very careful with that. It's a very dangerous, very risky bisky. So if you have something you want, don't have it in your inventory when you go to feed your gachas. You can either give it to them in their inventory, and they will carry up to their weight, or you can throw the items down in front of the gacha, like I will do with this one. We'll go ahead and throw 500 stone down in front of it, and this gacha will pick these up. And this is how you get your gacha to pick up more than its weight limit. You can literally slot cap a gacha doing it this way. This gacha will slowly start eating this stone, and the crystals will start forming on its back. As you can see here, he already has some forming on his back. So it probably won't be too long before, especially that one right up there in front, before it pops off. But this one back here in the back, it looks like a little bitty crystal, so it's probably going to be a little while before that one pops off. But let's go over here and give some to this gacha. And both of these are making silica pearls, so in order to make sure your gacha is producing the resource you want, you go into production, and then you select the resource that you want. I'm going to be using silica pearls today, just as an example, to show you that the resources are almost doubled, if not doubled, from a gacha with owl pellets versus no owl pellets. So we have one crystal here from this gacha, and it looks like this one dropped one as well. They're both regular crystals. So from that one we got 33 silica pearls, as you can see there in the top of the screen. And from this one we got 60 silica pearls. So not exact every time, and the number does vary. When I was doing this earlier, as you can see, I already had silica pearls in my inventory. I got 22 from that one, and I got like 48 from this one. So the number does vary. It's not the exact same every time, but it's resources that you can get in your base from the comfort of your own home while you are sitting around raising babies or waiting for your gachas that you have close by to pick up Akatina paste or whatever the case may be. We have service save going on? Yes. So I am going to try to get these gachas to pop out a different quality of crystal. So like I said, they have these regular gacha crystals that these two have dropped now, and they also have primitive, ramshackle, and apprentice crystals that give you loot. This one dropped 2 apprentice crystals earlier, and I was able to get apprentice flak gauntlets and apprentice riot boots. The loot that these guys can drop from the primitive, ramshackle, and apprentice crystals, it's nothing to write home about if you're an in-game player. For a beginner player, this stuff can be useful sometimes. They will drop like torches and like primitive bows and stuff like that. So some of it's like complete junk. Others, you can get a decent sniper rifle from it. You can get decent sets of flat gear. You know, for a intermediate level player, this stuff would be good, not having to waste your resources to craft it. Or you can just do what I do and feed the junk back to the gacha, which it will not eat torches, which I know from personal experience. They will not eat torches, but you can feed them back like the stuff that you don't want, and it will add to the crystal production on their back. Just so you're aware of that. And these crystals do have a 15-minute decay timer, so you can have them producing crystals, go change a load of laundry, go cook yourself some Hot Pockets or something like that, and come back and get your gacha crystals. You could also watch some Netflix or something, watch the new series of Obi-Wan that came out, you know, whatever the case may be, whatever suits your fancy, whatever you want to do. But I will be back in a minute when I get these gachas to drop apprentice crystals, or ramshackle primitive. So I will be back in a bit. Alright, so I'm back. I have been fortunate as far as getting resource crystals from these gachas. I have not been very successful getting primitive, ramshackle, or apprentice crystals. As you can see, this one's primitive. When you throw it on the ground, it does sparkle. As you can see, that sparkle right there. A regular gacha crystal does not have the sparkle that the other one has. The ramshackle one will be kind of green with the green sparkles, and the apprentice one will be kind of purple with purple sparkles coming off of it. Well, let's go ahead and open these up. Also, the different resources that you get versus, you know, rare versus uncommon and common will be different. So I have this one producing silica pearls, and I get about 40 to 60 silica pearls per crystal. I have this one producing obsidian, and I get about 20 to 30 obsidian per crystal. So you can see right there, 22 obsidian, 30 obsidian. I got ramshackle riot gloves from that primitive crystal I opened. And this gacha is being buffed by owl pellets, as you can see here. So he is getting that buff. He is just not, or she, excuse me, this one's the boy. She's just not making as much because she's producing a rare resource versus this one that's producing a uncommon resource. That gacha over there was only able to produce a crystal every 2 to 3 times at 8. These gachas have been able to produce, except for this female here, once was able to produce crystals every time they ate. This one, I noticed it missed once, where it did not produce a crystal after it ate, but all of the other times it was able to do so. So making sure they are buffed with owl pellets is Very, very important. If you guys found this video useful, or if you have any more tips on gachas, leave those tips down in the comments below. If you have any video ideas for us to do in the future, leave them in the comments down below. Like I said, I plan on doing gacha tower videos. There's 3 different gacha towers that I want to do. A basic one, kind of crazy one, and then like a super complex one. When I showed that one to Rune, he thought it looked like a space station. So I'm interested to do that one. I will be doing them in order of complexity, so I'm going to be doing the very easy one first, going to the more complicated one, the most complicated one last. The most complicated gacha tower I'm going to make is able to produce, if I had element gachas in each part of it, would be able to produce a dead storage of element dust every 4 to 5 hours. So it is a crazy complex and crazy huge build, and I can't wait to do it. It's going to be so stressful and exciting. It's exciting seeing it done. But anyways, if you guys found this video useful, please like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe so you can see those future gacha videos coming out and any future content that might be useful for you. If you have any friends that play Ark, please share the channel with them. We are on our march to 1,000 subscribers, and we could use all the help that we can get. Anyways, guys, I greatly appreciate you. Have a good one. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.